What do you call this thing?
Smokable scenery.
Smokable scenery?
It's like a nativity set.
Yeah.
Take the roof off of the house and it's filled with weed, so you can roll some joints from that.
Look at all the little joints. They're so cute.
Yeah.
All the white stuff you see on top of it, it's CBD crystals. It's 90%
What?
smokable.
Don't you even? Really?
It's my first Christmas here in Los Angeles, so I'm inviting a bunch of friends who are orphans this holiday season and couldn't make it home. They're gonna have dinner at my house prepared by Chris Sage, known around here as the herbal chef.
I was a molecular cell biology major, so if I'm gonna smoke every day, I better know what I'm doing to my body and like how it's affecting me.
And I'm gonna smoke a gigantic blunt shaped like a Christmas tree. All right, Chris, you're an experienced cannabis chef. For our holiday party, we've got a house outfitted with everything you need. We've got a cannabis pantry, terpenes, CBD. I've got a cannabis expert here and a culinary expert to help you realize this vision. Sound good?
Sounds great. So what I'm thinking, I want to start them off with something just right off the bat, super nostalgic. Something like mashed potatoes, but we're gonna do a parsnip puree. A little bit of butter, a little bit of cream that's cooked down with the parsnip until it's really soft. We're gonna do like some fried Brussels sprouts on that. We're gonna do some cauliflower. We'll blanch it real quick and we'll shave it on there. And then probably some aged balsamic, bring out that sweetness and that little bit of acidity.
So this is basically like an alternative to mashed potatoes where you're gonna have mashed parsnips, right?
Yes.
And it's like a buttery dish.
Exactly. You always want a bird on the holidays. I'm thinking we can do a honey glazed duck. Like, you know how we have honey glazed ham?
Yeah, and we have a bunch of cannabis honey.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
So in terms of infusions, what are you thinking?
Maybe we can do 15 milligrams throughout the whole dinner.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I think that's a good, like, kind of target for people that may have a little lighter tolerance, but maybe we figure out a way to kind of give people that want a little bit more an opportunity to do that, like with a sauce or something that we can add to the dishes.
And also terpenes.
Terpenes.
We should be utilizing everything that we've got.
Totally. And then I want to go into desserts. Let's do cranberry over panna cotta. We'll make it panna cotta, which is a sweet cream, basically, and we'll make it really light, like a gelatin. Melts in your mouth. We'll put that right on top of the shortbread cookie.
I'll make the panna cotta.
We're all about fat here at the house.
Especially during the holidays.
And
That's
it's the
like what it's
holidays.
about.
Yeah.
It's about eating a lot of fat with a lot of friends and having a good time.
Beautiful. That
All
sounds
day.
like an incredible menu. I think our guests are really gonna get down with that. Really glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So I'm going to meet up with Chris Barone, who makes the Clear Concentrate. Now, this stuff is some of the most celebrated cannabis extract around. And I want to see how it's made, and I want to bring some to dinner for the guests to try.
So this is our flagship product, the Clear, which is a distillate product, and fully activated, purified, and refined cannabis oil. Very high in activated THC. We've removed the terpenes, we've removed the off flavors, we removed the tars. This is a product that's ready to go into a topical, an edible, can be vaporized, can be flavored. This could go directly into a shrimp scampi if you wanted it. This will have a retail value of about 50,000 American dollars.
I mean, this is some pretty scientific shit. Do you have a chemistry background?
So I do, yeah. I have a degree in chemistry. I graduated in 2009.
I'm guessing you used cannabis back then, too. Did you ever imagine that the two things would cross over?
I didn't, but an 18-year-old me would be very stoked with what I'm doing.
I feel the same way, yeah. I literally smoke weed and watch TV for a living, you know, so I'm vindicated for a lifetime
Cheers.
of habits that people told me were bad, you know?
Yeah.
But whatever, them.
Exactly.
So what do you do with liquid nitrogen?
We would take the bud, and I would actually add it into the liquid nitrogen.
Usually when people make bubble hash, they use ice and water, they mix it around in the weed, and then all those resins separate, but this is much, much more advanced, right?
Yeah, the fluid dynamics is the same as the water, only we're not dissolving any of the terpenes or anything else in it.
So if I stuck my hand in there, it would just freeze and die off, right?
No.
No. It's cold.
It's cold. You leave it in there for like 10 seconds and you won't have any fingertips left.
All right, so can we freeze some weed?
Yeah. This is full-on frozen bud.
It's rock solid.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Now you've got this big ice cube of weed. What do you do with that?
Now we take it, and literally, it'll go right into the liquid nitrogen. And you see how it's already starting to come apart into its own individual pieces. Here's the trick.
Super frozen buds. Oh,
It's just
wow.
powder.
Can I crush one of those?
Now, you'll want to go quick when you do it, because they do get cold fast. See the trichrome heads float away outside of it?
Yeah, it's crazy. So these are unpressed trichome heads.
Yeah. So when you say heads, what are you referring to?
So you got a trichrome that looks like a big ball sitting on top of a shaft. You only want the top.
Because it's got the biggest volume to surface area, you can kind of consider the inside of it as this big pouch of good, delicious resin. So we press them under high pressure, and the essential oils are exuded out, and that's the end product that we have.
Oh man, that's a hash ball. That is crazy. So basically, just with heat and pressure, you can squeeze out all that resin, and you don't have to use like chemical solvents or anything like that. Oh, what do you think Chris is gonna think of this stuff, right?
I mean, it's crazy aromatic. I think it'll be great. It's gorgeous.
Dessert is always the last part of the meal, but it should be the first thing that you do in the kitchen, just because when you get started, you have so much that's going on, and then you get in the weeds, and dessert just gets forgotten. So the Panna Cotta is gonna be 8 servings, and we wanted to do 5 milligrams THC per Panna Cotta.
So I'm weighing out this distillate. This is a little bit hard to deal with, so we're using this this dabber here. So we're trying to get to 40 milligrams of THC. We can have a couple little doses about this size throughout the meal, and I
Cool.
think that'll be perfect for people.
Awesome.
So what we're gonna do is throw this into the freezer. That'll allow us to get this off of this parchment. Otherwise, you just have kind of a sticky mess here.
So now that we have that weighed out, we can start the Panna Cotta base. So we put 2 tablespoons of water in a very small saucepan. 1 tablespoon of gelatin, and now we're just gonna heat it so it becomes translucent. The gelatin starts to kind of dissolve into the water, and then we have the good part, which is the fat, and that's what I love. 2 cups of cream, a teaspoon of allspice, teaspoon of nutmeg. We have that beautiful vanilla bean, so I'm gonna come back over here and scrape it. So you scrape, you just put that in there, and 1/3 cup of sugar. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Look at that color. So that's the base. We should put the distillate into the cream base.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Let's do that. Yeah, well, it's nice and hot, so it dissolves.
Exactly.
All right, so we have our nice frozen distillate here. This is a nice little piece that we can just pop right off.
So I'm gonna take this distillate, kind of pops off, but if it doesn't, I just scrape it like this. And it'll just kind of melt in. So if I put it on my knife, because it's such a small amount, I'm just gonna kind of see how it's gone. It just melts. And I'm even, like, just everything go in there. Product is money. Especially that product. Whiskey, 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 whisk.
Keep saying whiskey and I'm gonna drink more.
I know, swear to God, I'm gonna drink that whiskey. Ladle it in, and then this will be the Panna Cotta shape, but upside down. Perfect. Put this aside, done. One less thing to do. So I'm just pulling some terpenes out. You got those Brussels sprouts, but we kind of have whatever you want. We have, this is cherry diesel, Wi-Fi OG, Maui Wowie, Durban Haze, grape stomper.
Interesting.
I want to smell this.
So it's going with the.
This is grape stomper. It's a little more piney. This is the Durban Haze. A little sweeter.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The
that
Durban Haze is really
beautiful.
nice.
I think that would go really well with the overall, like the Panna Cotta and the cherry.
Right.
I'm looking for something a little fruity here.
Not the Maui Wowie. It's not right. No, you're gonna go with the Durban. Okay, so let's get the Durban out and we'll add that to the mint to be foam for the Panna Cotta, right?
There we go.
We already picked out the Durban haze.
Okay, yep, sounds good.
Just a little drop. Boop, perfect.
Some of that terpene, wow, it's incredible. All right. So we're basically gonna start cooking down the parsnip right now. It's looking good. I'm gonna add a little salt to the parsnip.
Yep, love salt.
Okay, we're gonna fry the Brussels sprouts, shave the cauliflower. Well, pop, pop. It's gonna hurt.
That's good. I'm gonna put the parsnips into the mixer.
All right, so what's the infusion in the pureed parsnips?
This is infused with 40 milligrams of THC. Scrape it off like this. I'm gonna put it on the end of a whisk. We're just trying to get that mixed in. It's just the cream and the butter, and that's gonna go directly into the parsnip puree right over there.
So right now, I am cutting the duck breast on the fat so that I can render it down. The best part about the duck is the duck fat on top.
Totally.
And you want it rendered down to where you can eat it and it's not chewy. I'm making scores in it so that it doesn't shrink up.
What I want to know is how is the duck breast being infused?
It's gonna be THC in there. Are we doing another 5 milligrams per serving for that one, or?
Yeah, I think that would be perfect.
And what kind of cannabis is going in there? What components are we working in?
We'll probably use the distillate again to not affect the flavor of the sauce as much
Exactly.
and get a nice dose in there.
Look at this duck. You can see how it's starting to brown now? It's exactly what we want. I need to start on this cherry sauce, which I'm gonna get the bay leaf in there and I'm gonna get the thyme. All right, I'm gonna add a little chicken stock to this. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this duck fat to this cherry sauce though. There we go. I'm not even gonna do a damn thing to that anymore.
Done.
Want to taste?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. I lied. I am gonna add a damn thing to that.
Orange
Add
liqueur.
some orange liqueur. What's going on with this?
I don't know, I'm not strong. You're supposed to be able to do that.
Why? Because I'm a man?
So sexist.
So sexist. These double standards, man.
You want me to do it? Let me see.
Please. Oh.
Sorry, man, you're
See,
weak
it's
as Get some muscles. Get it some muscles. Get a pussy like a woman.
all this beautiful duck fat. Then I just gotta get the duck breasts finished off. Pine nut spread, cherry sauce. All right, we're good. We're good.
Did your family celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, growing up, for sure. My mom has a really huge family. She was one of 10 brothers and sisters, so I have like a ton of aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. So that was always my favorite part was like Christmas Day, going over to family.
Are they religious?
Like my parents weren't at all. Christmas was just, Christmas. It had no religious trappings really, so.
I was perhaps more religious when I was like a kid because you just believe whatever you're told, kind of.
Yeah.
And then, I think doing psychedelics and smoking weed and stuff sort of is what put that in perspective for me and made me like less sort of ritualistic,
Yeah.
in that sense. Before Christmas was Christmas, right? It was like a Roman pagan holiday that was held on that same day every year. And I'm sure before that it was something else in different cultures. There's always like a different thing, but it's not about the religious context of that holiday. It's about togetherness with like-minded people, right? It'd be like, all right, we all believe in the same thing. So who we're gonna be hanging out with is just people who all believe in cannabis, we just do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way for this holiday party, cannabis is our religion that's bringing us together.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, yes. My dinner guests tonight are Weavers, who is a blunt craftsman. Everything here is smokable. Little Debbie, who's a musician, her friend Kristen, who she makes edibles with, my buddy Cosmo, and his girl April.
It's not Christmas without alcohol.
We're having a drink. Christmas.
You're ready with the terps?
I'm ready with the terps.
Oh, what is that terpene ride?
Ghost Train Haze.
Ghost Train Haze.
They're gonna go on a train ride tonight.
All right.
It's a party.
Cheers, everybody. Happy holidays. I am putting in front of you first a little champagne with terpenes.
Oh, smell it. Oh, man, it smells like weed, right? So the terpenes will dissolve in here just like
Yeah.
normally?
So yeah, we put it in the bottom of the glass and then poured the champagne.
Cosmo, you are a medical cannabis patient, is that right? What do you use medical cannabis for?
Well, I have Crohn's disease. My stomach doesn't process energy that well, so like it's tough to go through the day, and then I get like incredible stomach pains because my stomach can't really process the food very well. It's nice to have something that gives me that relief without having to be on many different medications and taking pills and not knowing what that's necessarily doing to my stomach as well, you know, so.
From what I understand, cannabis is the only thing that's really been shown to actually like make Crohn's stop completely, like where medication will like make it go away, but then you stop taking it and it comes back. Like cannabis will actually like reverse it or stop it. CBD specifically is really good for Crohn's. So we have quite a lot of CBD worked in through this meal too.
I love CBD. I just want to put it all over my body. I do. I want to like eat it.
Yeah.
Just it's like coconut oil.
So you guys are in like the edible sort of world.
Well, we make cakes together. I use infused vegetable oil and olive oil, and then butter, too.
Oh, okay, cool.
The parsnip is already done, so I'm ready to go.
Oh my God, look at the presentation on this thing.
Everyone likes mashed potatoes, right? This is not that. This is my play on like all the veggies that you would get at the holidays.
So we did THC for the puree. It's less than 5 milligrams.
Man, that is so good. It's so like buttery and just like the texture of parsnips is like sticks to your mouth more. You know what I mean? It doesn't like lump up as much. Obviously, it's like super creamy.
I just want to eat the flour because I feel fancy.
Oh, the flour does have some flavor to it.
What we have next is the duck, and the cherry sauce on the duck is gonna have THC in it.
We have a little cocktail pairing with the honey glazed duck, a fig julep. It's like Christmas in your mouth. Really, really
exactly
delicious.
Where you want it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's Durban Haze terps in here. Just a little bit.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Does anybody want more cherry sauce?
I'll take some.
Yeah?
The cherry sauce is what has the THC in it.
Another 5 milligrams.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll take some as well.
All right, everyone's down.
I think everyone's good.
Go big or go home.
I'm weird about duck, but this is really good. It's a texture thing for me.
I mean, the texture I always feel like with duck is like, it's kind of like beef a little bit. I'm starting to get to that point of like exhaustion and malaise, you know, that you feel around the holidays. I mean,
Nap time.
Yeah, nap time. I think before we get there, we have a couple of desserts that are gonna come out in a second. Thanks so much for coming, and Bong Appétit. Everything you guys see in front of you here is totally smokable. These are all craft blunts made by Weavers. Thank you so much for being here, Weavers, man. And you really went all out with these things. You can smoke everything here. You can smoke this star. See? You just like light that end and leave these ends and smoke that thing. You could smoke this whole Christmas tree that has 3 ounces in it. And you want to take a dry hit off of that, Debbie.
Is it amazing?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
What kind of weed's in there?
Wellness OG.
Nice.
Very tasty.
Wellness. So all these presents are smokable too?
All the presents.
It's gonna be my present later.
I like this shape of a blunt because this is how you'd smoke it, like. And then there's this menorah right here, and each one of the candles is a totally smokable joint. And then you can smoke this whole thing too, it looks like, right?
Yes.
Light this thing like like
Yes.
9
You
things.
definitely have to use a torch.
I really like the golden J's. I feel like this is what like a billionaire smokes, you know?
Do you want me to heat that knife for you?
Yeah, can you get me some hot water?
Yeah. Well, we have the panna cotta done.
Oh, we have
And then we just need to do the shortbread, right?
Yeah. Cranberry sauce.
Got a lot going on.
Shortbread.
Perfect. That's it. That's the end. That's all she wrote.
All right, here comes dessert, guys.
Oh, yeah. My favorite part.
Oh, so we've got double dessert. Dude, look at that. Holy shit. Here's a golden J in exchange for your troubles, Chris. Good shit, man. There's a foam on here. So what's the infusion?
Okay, what you have in front of you... All right, what you have in front of you is a panna cotta. Then you have to the right of you, it's candied yam mousse, basically, on the bottom. And then there's a puffed quinoa granola, and then homemade marshmallow on top.
The sweet potatoes are CBD, and then the panna cotta is THC.
Oh, man. Oh, there's like layers to the pudding.
Yeah, all of the spices, the vanilla bean, the
that?
cinnamon, they all sink to the bottom, so you get the flavor
Something
right
tastes
there.
like bacon in this.
It might be the cookie.
Incredible. Oh my God. You guys have totally outdone yourselves. This is the best holiday meal I've ever seen. I'm really glad all you guys could be here for this very special Bong Appetit meal. Happy holidays to all of you, and Bong Appetit weavers. We're gonna smoke one of these blunts in a minute.
Hope everybody enjoys it and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I'm ready to hit that thing. Dude, that is the post-Christmas dinner L.
Oh, shit.
This is intimidating.
Dude, that thing is gonna go for like hours, right?
It'll definitely last more than an hour.
Shit.
It's like a ridiculously giant tulip, an even bigger tulip, and then the biggest tulip that ever
Yeah,
existed.
like
in
I
history.
can't wait to see the cherry when it's like all the way out to the ends of that thing. Yeah? Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's finish this giant L.